Hi, and welcome back to Your Future, Your Finances. We're talking today with Liz Skinner, who's a reporter with investmentnews.com regarding the financial planning industry and some changes that are going on. This segment is for consumers who are considering working with a planner, but also financial planners who are monitoring their industry and making some decisions regarding their business and how things are going. Welcome to the show.
Thanks very much, Brian.
So we'll talk about DOL and some news regarding that recently, but if you like, tell us a little bit about yourself and your career in investment news.
Okay. I have been a business reporter for most of the last 2 decades, and I spent a lot of time with Bloomberg News covering securities policy and energy policy, and then freelanced for a number of years and landed at Investment News full-time about 5 years ago.
And that's a very highly trafficked site by planners and other industry types.
Exactly. We write for mostly financial advisors. And what I mostly write about these days are ways that financial advisors can kind of improve their business and different tips and different things that they can do in order to make their business more profitable and get more clients in and really help serve their investors.
And right now in that industry, there's a thing that's just referred to as DOL, which is Department of Labor. So what is that? What's going on?
Well, the Labor Department in April put forth a rule, and it tells advisors of all types that if they are providing retirement advice, they need to do so in a way that is in the best interest of their clients, so-called fiduciary responsibility. Now, to most clients and most individual investors, a fiduciary responsibility really doesn't mean much to them. However, what it really means is that the advisor has to be acting in the best interest of the client. So it is a substantial change for some advisors because different types of advisors have different types of responsibilities and duties to their clients. So I think for investors, it's going to be kind of an eye-opener for some of them to learn as this rule starts rolling out next April that their advisor may only have to offer them suitable investments as opposed to investments that are in their best interest. And in order to get around that, advisors are going to have to ask their clients to sign an exemption. And that in that exemption, they're now going to say, while I give you this retirement advice, I am providing you with what is in the best interest of you. Or they can be taken to court if they are found not to be.
And that's a new thing as well, I suppose.
It is. It's a new way for really investors to have some type of control and power to say, hey, no, you did not give me the best interest advice. Which, according to the Labor Department, there is an extra $17 billion a year being charged to retirement clients in exorbitant fees, and that's really what the Labor Department is trying to target.
On the surface, seems like a pretty logical rule to make, but then there's lots of different ways of looking at it, I suppose. So there's some parties or viewpoints that are different, or that suggest that that rule should be changed. Is that right?
There are parts of the advice industry, depending typically on how the advisor or broker is paid, that will have to make changes to their business model. Some products will no longer make sense to offer to clients in their retirement plan because they won't be able to essentially prove that those are in the best interest of the clients. A lot of this has to do with price, but not all of it. You can also make a case for not only am I providing you with this product, but I'm also giving you, the advice support around it. And it's going to be a bit of a challenge for advisors to figure out the whole rule. And in fact, the Labor Department has said, we'll kind of try to bring you along and give you some temporary guidance as we go.
So they're kind of creating it as they go as well, I suppose.
To a certain extent, yeah. And then finally, actually, President Obama got in front of it and said, this is what we're doing. And so they were able to hammer it out. And really, the it's a bit of a compromise what came out in April, as far as they didn't say that there are certain types of product categories that can't be used. They just said make sure it's all in the best interest of clients and that you can prove that.
Yeah. So as long as you can prove it and you have a good relationship with the planner, hopefully the people will still be able to work through and accomplish their goals.
Well, exactly.
Hopefully.
I think it'll be a little bit of an eye-opener, and I think clients may ask a few more questions to their advisors, which is probably a good thing.
So that's the biggest theme affecting the industry. Any other themes in the financial planning industry that you're coming across that you're writing stories about?
Well, right now, the markets have been fairly volatile.
Yep.
There was the whole Brexit decision that came down sort of as advisors were going to sleep, and I know some of them stayed up all night and prepared some communications for clients. And many of them actually received emails that night of clients who were concerned, especially clients who maybe are nearing retirement. They got scared. They anticipated the markets were going to go down, and they were exactly correct. Most advisors sent out messages to their clients really before the markets opened and said, this is, I'm aware of what's going on. Everything is okay. Your plan is still intact. But some advisors had to actually sell some things for clients just in order to put them at ease.
Yeah, right. That happens. We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about some stories that you have written regarding the financial industry. We're talking with Liz Skinner of Investment News and investmentnews.com. You're watching Your Future, Your Finances. Thanks very much.